4 to 6 of these reactors
5
could
seconds.
fully power a large base. Anna Baton, ABC News, New York.
Take.
7 News on your side at 5 a.m.
Anchor mics are open.
And breaking right now on 7 News, new images of a possible house explosion in
Logo,
Fairfax County. We are live there at the
CEO.
scene, working to learn how this unfolded and whether anyone was hurt.
More bad news for the Potomac River. What we are learning about just how much of the river has been contaminated following that massive sewage spill.
Plus, the rain has moved out, warmer temperatures moving in this week. We're going to tell you which day we could see your temperatures near 70 degrees.
Well, we start with breaking news right now. We are looking to learn new details after a house in Centerville burst into flames last night after a possible explosion. Thanks for being with us on this Monday morning. I'm Kendra Hopkins.
I'm Adam Longo. Take a good look at this picture. The entire house on fire with other houses very close.
A box.
John Rogers is following this story at the alert desk for us. And John, walk us through what we know so far.
Well, certainly a very shocking scene here last night. Let's talk about this. Very reminiscent of that Loudon house explosion back in 2024. So I want to show you what an overhead look at the scene appears like last night. Take a look at this here. Now, information is limited, but here's what we know. At 9:48 last night, Fairfax County police responded to this home along Quail Pond Court in Centerville. Authorities say there was a loud explosion and a house fully involved. Look at that intense scene that was brought over there. So many vehicles there. Now, they spent hours working to put the flames out. We still don't know the official cause or if there are any injuries. As soon as I get an update, I'll be sure to let you know. Our Kelly Lynn, she's headed to the scene right now. We'll have much more on this coming up at 5.
Anchor mics are open.
Also
And
developing
logo.
this morning, a 68-year-old man is dead after another house explosion. This one happened Saturday night at a home in Chestertown. Officials say there are 5 surviving occupants identified as the victim's wife, children, and grandchildren. A family had also died in that fire. Damage is estimated at $2 million. And the cause of that fire remains under investigation.
So today marks 2 years since a house explosion in Sterling that killed a volunteer firefighter, Trevor Brown. The site of the blast has been turned into a park honoring him. A vigil will be held there tonight at 7:30.
Well, now to check if your traffic and weather are always together.
All right, let's get over to meteorologist Eileen Whalen to talk about this warm-up that we so desperately deserve.
Right? I know. I feel great. I mean, over the weekend, especially on Saturdays, we were well into the 50s. This morning, we're in the 30s. It's definitely damp. The bulk of the rain's out of here. You may want the umbrella, though, since we do have some little pockets of drizzle with the fog. Overall, we're going to have more clouds than sun this week, but I think we'll take that, especially with some milder weather on the way. Afternoon high temperatures today will be the coolest in the 40s. Tomorrow, our stretch of 50s begins. 52 tomorrow. Warmest day this week will be Wednesday at 56, and we'll stay in the 50s through the end of the week. Outside right now, we're above freezing. We definitely have a lot of cloud cover, and winds are calm in Laurel, but you'll notice a little bit more of a breeze in Reston. So that actually, I think, will help limit the fog from getting, too thick. But here's all that rain that we had over the weekend. We saw a good 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rain. And as for visibility, right now, tracking, again, some patchy fog. More dense fog as you head farther west. But your President's Day planner looking overall pretty gray. Some patchy fog this morning and maybe a few years of some late day sun. We'll talk about more rain chances in the 7-day forecast coming up, Adam.
All right, well, it's President's Day, so you want to be commander-in-chief of your morning commute, right? Things not going so hot, though, if you're going on the B-Dub. Crash here in Laurel on 295 northbound. So you see this mass of brake lights. That's really starting to slow things down there right after 197. 14th Street, we've been talking about this for a while. We're hoping that this is going to wrap up in the next couple of days. Look at that. It's reopened. 14th Street there, northbound, L Street and Thomas Circle. So we're back. We're all good there. Road closures because of the open parkways program. So Sligo Creek Parkway and Beach Drive going to be closed this morning so people can get out and enjoy. Taking a wide look at our major area roadways right now, not seeing any significant problems.
New developments this morning on that massive sewage spill in the Potomac River. We are learning the contamination stretches for more than 70 miles. A recreational water advisory is now in effect, with officials asking everyone to stay out of the river. 7 News' John Gonzalez is live with the latest. John, good morning.
Change Sean's name.
Health officials are making it very clear to not go into the Potomac River. Maryland and D.C. put out their warnings last week, and now this morning, the Virginia Department of Health is doing the same, now issuing a recreational water advisory after hundreds of millions of gallons of raw sewage has poured into the river
since January 19th. That's when a 72-inch pipe
Non-live.
burst along the Claire Barton Parkway. The contamination stretches about 72 miles, including much of northern Virginia now, with E. coli levels reported thousands of times above what's considered safe human contact. Officials say no
Ready to
swimming,
flash
no
a
fishing,
sock.
no boating, and don't let pets near the water or even the mud along the shoreline.
Flash.
We were just out there yesterday. We saw
Change.
remnants of toilet paper. We saw remnants of sanitary products.
Change.
There are remnants of the sewage there. So even interacting with the land
10 seconds,
that's
5
been
seconds.
impacted by the sewage spill carries risks.
Take.
Cleanup efforts, of course, are still underway, but crews say repairs could take
Stand
much
by
longer than first
CG3
expected,
to
4 to
2B
6
box, camera
weeks. We are hearing
1,
now
server A.
likely several months before all of this is taken care of. The good news, officials say there is still no impact on drinking water, but many of the people I've been talking to here in the DC area saying they aren't taking any chances using bottled and filtered water only. Reporting live, John Gonzalez, 7 News.
Take.
This morning, an update on a story 7 News has closely
Resolve.
followed. DC Water has reopened a Northwest Road that almost
Yeah.
caved in because a century-old abandoned tunnel was on brink of
There's gonna be
collapsing.
2 ads
Crews
after
first
8:14.
spotted the 70-foot crack underneath 14th Street earlier this month. L Street to Thomas was closed
Okay.
for a week. On Thursday, workers did some utility work and
Alright.
filled the tunnel with a concrete mix to stabilize it. Even with the road reopening, more work and lane closures could be ahead.
All right, DC
Take.
police say they have identified the driver of a garbage truck who was
MIC
allegedly
video.
involved in a deadly hit and run. That
Ready
crash
to
happened
resolve.
Friday afternoon.
Key in.
On Kansas Avenue in northwest DC's Petworth neighborhood. The victims, a man and a woman, were on an e-bike when they were hit. The man, 26-year-old Kenny Rivera, was killed. That woman was
Flash.
critically injured.
Okay. Flash.
The bigger violation for me is that he did not stop. You know, he just kept going.
Change.
The garbage truck was later found in
my
Hyattsville,
camera
Maryland.
on.
So far, the driver has not been arrested. Stick with 7 News will keep you updated throughout the day on this developing story.
A juvenile is being charged for a shooting near the Springfield Mall that sent one person to the
Stand by
hospital.
DVO.
It started as an argument
Take.
between 2 people,
Key in.
and the teenager allegedly pulled
Stand
out
by
a gun and
2H
began
box.
shooting. He took
Server
off,
C,
but was
camera
arrested
3.
nearby. Another juvenile was also arrested. We're told the victim is expected to be okay.
The death of an 87-year-old man at a Montgomery County assisted living facility is now being investigated as a homicide.
the
Police
board
say it's
away.
happened at the
2D.
Kosher Potomac Senior Living
Yeah, 2D
Facility
box,
Saturday
camera
morning.
1, server
Police
A.
are now looking into what happened and say there will be more information put out once the man's family is notified.
We do have some
Right.
sad news to
Change
pass
key.
along. Former Washington All-Pro offensive lineman Trey Johnson has died.
Stand by
In a post on
2H
Facebook,
box,
Johnson's
the
wife Irene, a former
3,
7
we're
News
gonna
photojournalist,
fly
says Johnson died suddenly
2H
during a
box
family
forward.
trip. He played for the Redskins from 1994 to 2000 and again in 2002, and he leaves behind his wife and 4 children. He was 54 years old.
In Virginia, new developments in the push to redraw the state's congressional
Yeah.
districts. Virginia's Supreme Court allowed the redistricting attempt to move forward while it hears the case. Now that means voters will be able
Ready to
to
logo
approve
to
or
2H
reject
box,
the
C,
redistricting
camera
amendment
1.
at the polls on April 21st. Now Republicans tried to pause a redistricting referendum until after the state's highest court made a decision. If approved by voters, 10 districts on the new map would favor Democrats and 1 would give Republicans an advantage.
Well, a heads up for those who take the Roosevelt Bridge. Lane closures went into effect over the weekend and will be in place through June. 1 lane of the bridge in each direction is now closed. Now this brings traffic down to 2 lanes in each direction. The eastbound Route 50 ramp from Arlington Boulevard is also
Okay,
closed.
the board wipe
Crews are working on
CG4.
repairs and upgrades to the bridge and also widening the sidewalks. And
Board
expect
wipe.
some changes today on Metro
Seasons next,
because
camera
it's
4,
President's Day.
camera
Trains are
3,
running on a
rather than
weekend
break.
schedule. Service began at 5 this morning and will continue through midnight. Also expect delays on the Red Line. Trains are single tracking between Silver Spring and Forest Glen, and the work on the new Metro entrance at Crystal City continues today. That station is closed today. It will reopen tomorrow. Until then, free shuttle buses replace trains between Reagan National Airport and Pentagon City.
John's mic's open. Logo.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore held a nationally televised town hall last night. I'll share what was discussed next.
And logo.
And need some help planning your next getaway? Well, AI can help and save you some money in the process. I'll explain coming up in less than 6 minutes.
And dissolve. Slide plug in. Music up. And resolve.
Oh, bad. Because it's really bad.